Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for the 27th of July. Today we're going to be covering Atlassian, Twist Bioscience, Roku, and Zillow. Zillow is a real estate company that was started up by a couple of ex-Microsoft gentlemen by the name of Rich Barton and Lloyd Frink, former ex-executives from and founders of Microsoft. So anyway, with Atlassian here, what I can see here, I'm not quite sure how to. I mean, I can understand all of this here, but I'm not sure the best fit for counting wave 4 here is, because we can do wave 4 a couple of ways. We could put wave 4 in here and wave 5 sitting here, which I'm not that keen on, because it takes us, if I label it like that, it just takes us too advanced, too in front of the other markets in terms of wave counts. So I'm looking at a lot of wave counts with markets that are in wave 4 here or wave 4 here. So I don't want to use a wave 5 yet. And also too, with the level here as well, we've moved up to the level, so we've had sort of our arrival here really, and we're looking at our reaction. So we still haven't, in terms of a setup, I mean, it's okay for a portfolio to buy back in these spaces here to hold, but otherwise we should see some sort of move up here and then a corrective move and then a move up here, a little bit like this over here. So we're still waiting for we've just, in terms of the classic trading levels pattern, we've really just had the arrival at this stage, and the arrival, as you know, basically looks like this here. So we've had the arrival. We still need to get the first high above the level, and then we need the corrective pattern over this side. So we don't really have a buying opportunity. You could sort of get involved in this, but the trouble with that is that we're looking at the S&P 500 pretty much sort of going into correction now, but we're also looking at the Nasdaq just finishing the wave 4 correction. So I'm not too sure how to look at this here. The obvious thing here would be to look at this as wave 1 here and back for wave 2 here, and then 3, 4, and 5 to finish off up here. But holding that in a portfolio would only see us come back into this space over here anyway. So, but as a trade, you could go long above this high here and trade up to this space here. But yeah, I'm not, for us, I'm not going to do that, because it's more of we're looking for the longer term setup here, which will be over here. So we'll just continue to monitor this. So let's move on to our next stock, which is Twist Bioscience. Let's just get that up here. So with this market here, we're looking at a nice long-term trend here, as you can see. Now 5 is the second strongest number in the market here. This, I can see from this move up through here that we don't have 5 waves up here. It's more like an A and a B and a C wave here for a B wave. So basically an A and a B and a C. So we're going to come back and see it sit a bit closer to the 50 here in this instance here. Let's just go to the 4-hour chart. But the trend is certainly still to the upside here with all of this. So so we're looking to pick this up at 52 to 48 in here. This is still not, it still could come back, still expecting it to drop back into that 50 area here. So we'll leave it at that. But overall, this is a really nice trend that's still trending to the upside. That's the long that's the long-term takeaway from excuse me, from this base. So it doesn't have to trade back below the 50 here. It can do, but it can also just sit on that level like that there as well. So we'll be mindful of that. But this high and the second high, which we don't have yet, this high here and the second high we don't have yet. So we'll just see how that goes. But for a long-term portfolio hold, anywhere from 52 to 48 would be fine, and we should get to the 50 here in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming into play there. Okay, so the next one is Roku. So in this pattern here, we can clearly see that we're two things here. First of all, we're at the medium level here at the 150, so that's important. The second thing here is that we're in a corrective pattern here. Now, the corrective pattern obviously has matured, and we could be at the end of it with this low here in terms of an A wave here. Bit of a complicated B wave here, and then down for the C wave here. Yes, it may drop down a little bit lower than this as well, but that doesn't sort of interest us at the moment with this. So we can go long above here, or a longer term buys, we can just buy it, as I mentioned here before, at 150 to 145. So that low there got us in very close to the 145. So if you're holding this for longer term, then that's fine. Once this correction's finished, we'll see this move to the upside there. Okay, so Zillow. So that only gives us 4 in here. So I'll end up adding to this. I want to put 5 or 6 stocks in each video, and just move through them a little bit quicker without too much detail in them. So that's the 4-hour chart, but we'll just go back to the daily chart here. So it's Zillow, and these guys have got, like I mentioned, they're ex-Microsoft executives, and they have moved in creating a website for the property market. So I think that it's going to be a bit of a game changer. So it's probably a good idea to basically go and have a look and see what these guys are, how they've set up. They've got a new concept in buying and selling property. So it's probably a good idea to go and have a bit of a read of that. I think it's a fantastic idea, and it could certainly take off. And as you can see, it certainly is taking off. So we need to have a look at this here. This particular pattern here that we're looking at here, we could look at this pretty much in line with the S&P contracts, where we had the A wave here and an A and a B and a C for the B wave here, and then down for the C wave here. So we've almost got an expanded flat, which we can put in as, let's just do this while we're here. So that will be a wave 3 at the top there, and it'll be of primary degree structure. So we'll put that in there, and wave 4 here for that. I mean, it could be a wave 2, but yeah, we'll just stay. I always go to the conservative side first. We've got to rein in those emotions. Yeah, so I think it's a pretty straightforward sort of count really here, because off the low here we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then we've got this nice strong third wave to the upside here, and I think that we can actually just about relabel that a little bit differently as well. I won't bother with it right now, just sort of looking at stuff, but that's okay. But either way, we come back to our classic trading levels pattern here again. It just makes life much easier. So the arrival, the reaction, like some type of correction, and the first high above the level, and then we're looking for a correction over this side, and then we can look to go in over here. So in that case here, we can look at this as the arrival here. This is all the reaction here, and we're looking for the first high above the level. So I'm expecting, if I can just move these little dudes out of the way, we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here. And I know that wave structures get a bit skewed when you're talking about large numbers. So, I mean, 65 is not a large number to the average punter, but for me, it's the medium level. It's halfway between two major levels. So the major levels would be, all the major levels here would be 10, 20, 30, and 50. And then from after 5 comes 8. So we can put our major level in up here. So that would be our target to the upside. And we know that that 8 is a profit-taking number, so we know that the bids are going to be hit there. We're going to expect a correction. There's also other important numbers in besides that too. There's also 78 in here, 75 and so on here, but 78 would also be a profit-taking number. So I don't know how far this is going to stretch, and even if I counted this as 1 and 2 here and 3 and 4 and 5 here, we've got overlapping wave structures. I know that's okay for me at a level, but technically it's not correct, so we may just be wave 1 here and 2 here, then wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, taking us up to this level here. So if you wanted to go along here as a trade, then you can go along above that level there, and it may only get you, see how these guys here, this was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. So, 8 to 10 days in the fifth wave here, and then you take profit on that. And if it shoots off nice and powerfully, then you'll know it's the third wave of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 4 and 5 coming up here. So that's possible as well, but that's a setup on that level there. Okay, so you can trade that. Alrighty, I'm just going to leave it at that. We've added an extra stock to this particular one, and I'll probably add more to this as well. Alrighty, cheers.